Hey guys, what's up? Beast and Beast Toys here coming at you this afternoon. Gonna do an opening of a vintage collection Merman. So it's funny because I got this yesterday at a Walmart, couple of towns down. Not one I typically go to, but happened to be in the area. My son had his senior prom, and we did some pictures at there's a casino and resort, and then they have a restaurant down the road where they have some good scenery, so lots of pictures taken out there. So close to the town, close to college town near me, and I went into this Walmart. Almost didn't do it. I was like, well, I went in there went into the town just to eat, and I was almost not gonna go in, and then it hit me. I was like, so Walmart canceled my pre-order for this about 2 weeks ago, and I've been checking on it off and on since, and I was like, man, I'll go in this Walmart and look, just in case, just to be on the safe side. I'm going to go check. Maybe I'll get lucky. By God, they had two of them. And one box was super smashed. And then there was this one. So I was glad. I personally really like this vintage collection line. Because it looks like the original. And they're in 7-inch form, so they're a lot bigger. And I don't know, to me it's just cool that way. This must be a spear, or a trident, sorry. Yep. Cool. And, oh man, there's something else in there. Better not throw that back in there just yet, huh? Hands, yep. A fist and a hand. Okay, fair enough. We got it now. Anyway, I like this part of the line. I hope they continue. I know we're getting Beastman in a few months. I'm going to be honest with you. I think if we could get one more hero, I don't know if they can do a Ram Man. That's the one I was like, man, if they could get a Ram Man. We need a Ram Man, a Trap Jaw, and a Triclops, and maybe an Evil Lyn if they really want to. But I'm okay without it. But let's just say, for sake of argument, we're about 4 or 5 characters short of this being just fine, right where it's at. So Merman, Ocean Warlord. Again, here's the front box, and then here's the back. Here's the top part of the artwork. So I gotta put him back in there anyway. So we got his sword. That looks like the original, except the original had the old thing here. We got a fist, an extra offhand. I really dig the trident. That is a nice, I personally say that's a nice touch to add. But again, I'm telling you, I almost think that, yeah, handful more figures in this wave and I'm good. And I almost think I could almost get rid of all my Revolution figures and be just fine with these, truthfully. All the other Masterverse. But I have enjoyed collecting this line, don't get me wrong, but I do really like it. I'm glad they did this vintage. Because, I mean, I know with the new Eternia, I'll leave that up there. I know with the new Eternia, this is what I'll say, and I've said it for a while. If you've watched any of my videos prior to, I've said a lot. New Eternia line, they did a great job of coming close to the original look. Now, they decided to do this vintage collection line, and, oh man, that leg was way off. I had to push that up. I just fixed it, but man, that thing was way off track. Something's up with these legs. Gotta fix them. I'm gonna fix them as I'm talking. Anyway, but I'm really fond of this line. I'd really like, to see a handful more figures. Leg joints are tight. Ooh, stiff. Well, they move though. They bend, so that's a good sign. It's not like I'm like the Joes I've got recently where I've almost broke because they're so stinking tight down there. But I'll show him off just a second here, guys. We're gonna put the sword in his hand. But yeah, I've been very pleased with this part, and I really hope they, like I said, for me personally, really hope they can kind of continue and at least get a handful more. Like I said, there's about 5 more figures for me personally I would be happy with. And we could call it good. All right, well, here he is, guys. There's your merman. And we're going to switch the sword for the trident because we got a sword holder back here, so we're going to hold that in there. But there he is. Great looking figure. Again, you get the merman look from the original. Got the original head, obviously. Say it, I mean, we can tuck that in there. And then, like I said, we got a fist. And we got an offhand, so if you want to hold the sword and the trident, which I'm not going to do, I'm not really interested in doing that, but I definitely like the trident. Let's show him off with that. So yeah, this piece is cool. So good job done on this one. Like I said, I really like these. Beastman will be a good addition. Like I said, you're gonna have a handful of heroes and a handful of villains. Couple of the main ones. I just personally, like I said, for me personally, for this line to be good, I mean, they can, like I said, they can make a couple more figures, 4 or 5 more figures, and I'm going to be honest, I'll be good. I don't have to buy any more. But, there we go, stand him up. There's the extra pieces. Don't have to buy any more, but I really, like I said, for me, Trapjaw, Triclops, maybe a Ram Man. If we could get Ram Man to get in there. I mean, realistically, we have heroes. We're okay. We got Stratos. We got He-Man. We got Stratos. We got Teela. We got Man-at-Arms. Like I said, for me personally, I think Ram Man would be about the next best thing. You could make a Manny Faces, I guess, but, yeah, handful more. 4 or 5, like I said, those 4 or 5 guys, you throw them in there. To me, you've made this line really well. We'll wait and see what happens. Downside with this whole line, though, it is all Walmart exclusive. The upside, thank goodness, is, yeah, I've now had 2 pre-orders, maybe 3. 2 recently, him and Teela, canceled. Fortunately, turned around and, man, maybe more. Maybe some more. Because I found, or I canceled. I know I canceled maybe 1 or 2. I found Stratos and Man-at-Arms in store. Faker I found in store. Skeletor. He-Man and Skeletor I did have to get. No, He-Man I found in store. But I think I had also pre-ordered, but I don't remember if I canceled. But I only ended up having to wait for a handful through shipping. The rest of them, most of them I found in store. So I've been pretty fortunate. Actually, I found my Faker in the same Walmart I found him when he first came out. But I did find, like I said, I got lucky last night, found him. So we're good. Beastman's coming, I think, June or July. Like I said, I hope we get an announcement that, hey, we got Trapjaw coming, we got Triclops coming. You know, like I said, Ram Man may be different and difficult on this line. I'm not sure. Excuse me. The way to do it is his legs to make him, bounce, compress and bounce. So we'll see. But yeah, like I said, I'm a big fan of this Masterverse line. To me, this is the best parts. And here's something too to throw out. Speaking of, if you wanted to keep going, here's another figure you could throw in that mix and make it well. Is Battle Armor Skeletor, because hey, look at the Battle Armor Skeletor prices now. They're up there. As a matter of fact, no, I'm going to be honest. I put mine up on eBay last week. I've got him jacked up pretty high because I really didn't want to sell him, and I don't want to sell him. But mine's up there. I put him out there at $2.25. So we'll see. I mean, he's looked like roughly in a lot of places he's going for close to 200. I threw him out there. Like I said, I really don't want to sell him. I really want to open him. Gosh, it's at that price I keep looking at, and I'm like, I just don't know if I can do that. But hey, if we dropped him in this vintage collection line, then you can kind of disregard the new Eternia version, and I think the prices might go down. I guess distribution, as they say, was really bad on that figure. I picked that one up close to hundo when I got him, and that was several months ago. Probably 6 months ago, 5 or 6 months ago, back before Christmas time, I know that. And I've set him on my shelf behind you here, and just sit there. And like I said, I looked at it and I'm like, I mean, I just kind of one of those. I shrugged my shoulders and thought to myself, I really don't know. He's going for so much. What's the point? I don't want to open him. I don't have him open. I actually ended up selling my Blade and my Beast Man. I couldn't pass up. I got what I wanted out of them. Listed them kind of high. I got what I wanted out of them. I just sold Beast Man 2 weeks ago and Blade this last week. And I didn't want to do that. Like I said, I really wanted to open those and throw them in there. But I'm going to be honest at this point. If some of these are getting high in price and I've got them, I mean, and especially in box, haven't opened them, I might as well just put them up for sale. I'm trying to thin out a little bit of my collection, so I've been adding a few things to my eBay store. Not crazy. I think I've got what do I got? Over 150 items listed. So, you know, like I said, selling some stuff just again, and I sell just to compensate and buy this what I have here. But I need to sell a lot if I can and get thin out the ranks a little bit. But that is what it is. All right. Anyway, let me quit rambling. Sorry about that. All right. Well, here you go, guys. Last look, Merman vintage collection. Nicely done. Like I said, very good job. I love this part of this line, and I hope they keep putting these out every couple months. I hope we get one or two every few months. And like I said, I can end up with about 15, anywhere from 12 to 20, 15 to 20 of these different ones in this line. That'd be good. If they didn't make any more, I think I would be okay with it. So, but so far, like I said, everything they've made so far, really like. Big fan of. Like the looks. Everything looks good. Like the 7-inch figure. So, all right, guys, there you go. There's your Merman Vintage Collection. Thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, by all means, subscribe and get notifications of my video reviews. And with Vintage Collection Merman, thanks for watching again. I'm Beast from Beast Toys. We'll see you.